Today's lesson is about double number lines. Double number lines are basically a way to compare ratios. And our learning target is I can create or complete a double number line using a ratio or a set of ratios given to me. The first one here, I'm using this worksheet to kind of show you the first one. It says a builder could get 6 sheets of sheetrock for $9. All sheetrock is like wallboard, guys. It's just like wall. It's the stuff you put on the wall. If he bought 12 sheets, how much money would he have spent? Now, a double number line is literally 2 straight lines. Notice the arrows shooting through. Okay? If you had to create one yourself, you would have to label each number line. But these were already labeled for you. The first one says sheetrock, and then the second one says price. So, the first thing you do is you find your first ratio. The first ratio is a builder could get 6 sheets of sheetrock for $9. So the 6 sheets of sheetrock goes with the $9. You are going to start out by drawing a straight line going from top to bottom. That means these two numbers are going to go together. For sheetrock, they did the number 6, and the price goes on the bottom, which is $9. Now, the second ratio, what you're trying to get to is this one. If he bought 12 sheets, how much money would he have spent? Now, what you're going to do is fill in the 12 sheets of sheetrock. And they're wanting to know what would the price be. Okay, and how do you get that? By 2. Right. So you kind of have some choices on this one. You could either multiply times 2, or you might just realize that 6 plus 6 is 12, and 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay? Now, yes. They're not always. So here we go. We're going to do another one. So over here next to number 1, you need to write 12 sheets is $18. Okay? This is very easy. It's a very easy lesson. Okay? Okay, so let's look at the second one. Pretty much. Here we go. On the second one, a Sloppy Joe restaurant gave 3 napkins for every 7 items ordered. If someone bought 14 items, how many napkins would they get? Here we go. So, my first ratio is the 3 napkins for every 7 items. Now notice, 3 goes with napkins. That means I have to put the 3 on the bottom. For every 7 items, that means the 7 has to line up with the items. Okay. The second part of this question is, what if he bought 14 items? So, yes, the bottom would be 6 napkins. Then, over here, write 6 napkins. Okay. Now, I realize the first 2 were just doubles or multiplied by 2, but they're not always like that. So, let's look at the next one. Okay. Number 3. In a video game, for every 6 enemies defeat, you earn 3 points. If you defeated 48 enemies, how many points would you have earned? Now, the first thing is set up the first one. So for 6 enemies, you get 3 points. So, find enemies, and then the points would be 3. Notice my line goes all the way through both double number lines. Like it connects because those two numbers go together. Okay? Now, on this one, they're wanting us to jump to 48 enemies. So, if I'm down here at 48 enemies, here is the key to this. You have to fill in every number between. So, here we go. Doing the best we can. And I know we may not have enough space. Doing the best we can. We have to. Doing the best we can. Okay. That is showing the pattern going across. Now, on the bottom, I'm going to skip count by threes. Okay, so for 48 enemies, it looks like they would get 24 points. Now, I realize that that is a lot of writing, but it's the way of modeling it, a way of drawing a picture to represent your ratio. Now, I want to show you one last thing. Find my pen. Double check your math. If you are trying to skip count, especially if you're using your fingers, I need you to double check that your final answer is right. I want you to think about this. 6 times what is 48? 6 times? 8. Thank you, people. Okay. Is 3 times 8 24? Yes. Then you've got the right number there on the end. Okay, so that's just another way to check your math. Okay, You do. You have to fill in all the middle, even if you know the answer. Okay, let's do one more. Let's see number 4. Well, look at number 1 and 2. The reason I didn't do it on here, is there any other jumps between a 6 and a 12? Between a 7 and a 14. No. So these two just happen to not have multiple jumps. Yes, I got to listen. The whole key is showing all this. So here we go. Let's do one more so we can get it stuck in our brain the way we're supposed to do it. Here we go. Number 4. A school fundraiser for 9 boxes of chocolate sold, you earn 5 points. If you were to sell 72 boxes, how many points would you have earned? Okay, so my first one is the 9 for 5. So 9 boxes, you get 5 points. Now, I've got to get all the way to 72 boxes. Okay, here we go. I'm sitting there doing my nines multiplication tables. Okay. Now on the bottom, I'm going to skip count by 5s. 30, 40, and I'm going to double check my math. 9 times 8 is 72. 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. Please finish the front and the back for homework, but you have it in your hand. Thank you.